That's not what the president wants to talk about on Twitter tonight. He's back on NFL players taking a knee during the national anthem to protest social injustice, sending this message to the league tonight. Too much talk, not enough action. Stand for the national anthem. Sports director Darren Haynes has a lot to say about this issue, and tonight is no exception.
I got the Statue of Liberty looking down on us. She's a symbol of freedom. Looking good, lady. She's also the backdrop of day 2 of the NFL owner meetings. Owners have been discussing whether players should be required to stand during the national anthem instead of kneeling to protest social injustice. Players aren't protesting the anthem itself, but should they? Is there a verse in the national anthem that talks about glorifying the killing of slaves? Probably.
Not that I'm aware of.
I believe there is in the second verse.
There are dozens of articles online saying the Star-Spangled Banner has an extra verse that glorifies the death of slaves. Is it true? We'll verify that. First, we want to be upfront with where we found our information so you can trust our reporting. We consulted the Library of Congress, which holds the official historic records and artifacts, the Smithsonian Institution, and 2 historians with expertise on the War of 1812. Here's what we found. The Library of Congress had the actual sheet music from when Francis Scott Key wrote the anthem during the War of 1812, and it shows 4 verses. The first verse is the one everyone sings, including at NFL football games. Skip ahead to the 3rd verse. That's the one all those articles claim talks about glorifying the death of slaves. Here's the exact verse. Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps' pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and the slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. Going by the written words of the anthem, yes, we can verify the Star-Spangled Banner talked about glorifying the death of slaves. The Smithsonian also says Francis Scott Key was a slaveholder who believed blacks to be, quote, a distinct and inferior race of people. Open shut case, right? Slave owner writes a song that includes a verse about dying slaves equals star-spangled bigotry. Those historians whose books we've checked, the ones who are experts at this time period, say that's not the full story. They tell us British forces recruited escaped slaves to fight against the American militia in that war, which to Key would have made them as much of an enemy as the Brits and could account for that part of the song. They also point out, even though Key owned slaves, later in his life he fought to end it, serving as a lawyer for many slaves fighting for freedom. It's that history that makes the debate over the song complicated. No matter what the song meant 200 years ago, historians today agree the song has come to celebrate the sacrifice of all American military heroes during the war. Reporting from Manhattan, I'm Darren Haynes, WUSA 9 Sports.
Darren, on the Verify beat tonight. If you've got something you want verified, let our team of researchers separate the fact from fiction. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, WUSA 9. You can send Adam an email directly, right? Absolutely. Or you can email the whole squad at verify@WUSA9.com.